Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the flight deck. We are in Budapest, and today we're flying the 747-8 cargo variant from Budapest over to Brussels. That's part of the F1 2003 season support flights. Looks like Scott's trying to load in and got hit with a couple updates, and Kevin's at the wrong airport. So we'll just get going nice and slowly and get ourselves set up and ready to go for the flight. First Officer Molly is lying on the floor behind us, so we should be good to get going. So let's jump into the cockpit. Aircraft is loaded and fueled. We'll just have to enter all the information in to get her registered in the system. So let's pop up top, turn on the batteries, standby power switch to auto. External power is not available where we are, so we're going to get the APU up and going immediately. We'll turn on the main tanks here and start the APU. Get some power going there. And while we're waiting, we will get the IRSs to start aligning. Hydraulic demand pumps will come off. We'll pop down. Make sure the parking brake is set, landing gear lever is down. Fuel position lever is now fully forward. And that is set. Fuel control switches are off. Anti-ice is off. Oxygen is checked. Emergency exit lights are armed. Altimeters. We can get our weather and we will set that. All right, and our current weather here in Budapest is, let me just update that, see if there's been an update. There has been, and I will put it into the chat. There we go. 10 at 10, and our ceiling and visibility are okay. 35 degrees, it's hot. 1008 on the barrel, so we'll set that 1008. Not sure if we're running at the back on the EPU or not. Oh no, it says APU is running. So back up top, and we will get the APU generators online. There we go. So we can pop down now to the FMS. So we can remember which button it is. There we go. So we're going to go into the salty. We're going to go to our fuel page. Fuel for today's flight is set for 28.1 kilograms. That's 28.1 tons in kilograms. Set instant refuel. There we go. So our fuel is all set, and our payload for today, we can come back to our payload, and we want to try to get our takeoff weight up to 31. So let's see if we can load our maximum to 46 tons, 44.0. Try to get that weight up. Let's see. Well, 300 passengers. Zero fuel weight of 22, not quite what we want. And cargo of 26.0. Not sure what weight that's going to give us as our gross weight. Where's my gross weight? 20.5, and I want 315. So let's go 364. Oh, it's still 20.5. We'll load that instant. Ooh, almost there. What do I want? 5, so 7 more. So if I go 33, there we go. 31.5, 34.5. Let's go 34. There we go. 315.5, which is close enough. So that's our payload done. We can go back to our menu and into the FMC, and we can start getting the aircraft all set up and ready to go. So data is good, everything there is good. Position initialization, we'll get the GPS in. We are good there, and let's get our flight plan, see if she'll load in. There she goes. Route ready, load, activate and execute. If we look at our legs, there's our legs in Elka, Renka, Ibed, Lori, Asma. Okay, that is all looking good. And we'll go to our arrival and departures. So for our departures today, we are in Budapest. We're going to go off runway 31 right, it's the closest, and we are going to use, let me just amend that. Departure, and that one. We're going off on the JAL to Juliet. JAL to Romeo. Let me just see. Alright, JAL to Romeo. We are set. And we will execute that. And our arrival is going to be via the Batty 5 Alpha, and we're going to be doing the ILS Yankee runway 25 left. And are we going to go in at flow? Yes, we are. We are going in at flow. That is set, and we can execute. Alright, let's take a look at our plan. Waiting for the other guys to log in. Alright, hello. Good to see you. Let's get that up to 40 miles. And we'll go to our legs. Actually, we want to go right back to the beginning. There we are. It's actually looking fairly good. But we do have a discontinuity there, so let's go down. Alright, it has taken out our departure airport for some reason. Let's clear that out. UKV 556, we'll get that in. Alright. Interesting how it's gone and basically taken out my departure airport and my departure. So let's go back in here. Select once again, we're going off on runway 31 right, and we are going off on the Gilder 2 Romeo. We'll execute. Go to our route. We'll work it out. It's not quite working. We'll do it manually. That is all fine. So into our initialization now. Oops, let's get back down here. Performance. Reserve fuel for today's flight is going to be, pulling up the brief, 4.5 tons in the reserves. We're going to be cruising at a flight level of .360, cost index of 90, and thrust limits are good. Takeoff, it's going to be a flaps 10, and there are our V speeds all set. We're good here. And I think we're good to go. Kevin and Scott, how are you guys doing loading in? Oh, there's Scott. 737 there. So it looks like we're waiting on Kevin now. I think he was going to load over there, but he was at the wrong airfield. You're only back to the world map. And you're there. So let's... yeah, we're flying the 747 cargo. Alright, well, we're going to start up the engines. Hopefully Kevin will be in shortly. We're starting on the stands today. And what I'm quickly going to do is make sure that we are clear of everything. We pretty much are. So again, we're going to start on the stands. Alright, so let's go before engines start. So hydraulic pumps are all on. Fuel load is good, 28. And we're going to come up and we're going to make sure all the fuel pumps are on. Fuel pumps are on. We don't need the center tanks as we have no fuel in the center. APU is up and running. We're going to make sure our beacons are on and navs are on. Oh, there we go. It's going down to make sure everything else is looking good. Kill the dome light, don't need that on. Alright. So doors are all closed, passenger signs are over, and we are good to start. So we're going to start engine number 4. Engine 4 starting. We have the bleeds going. Engine 4 is rotating. And adding fuel. Engine's coming up. There's starter cutoff. Starting engine number 3. We'll get those 2 up and then we'll start the other 2 as a pair. Engine 4 stable. Engine 3 is winding up. Goes at a 320 Neo. Very good, and we can start engines 1 and 2 at the same time. This is the Asobo, or sorry, the Salty 747. All right, let's add the fuel. While we're down here, we will tune 122.800 and 121.500 on radio 2. Alright, both engines are up and running. I do have auto switching on the fuel, so Roger can take care of all that for us as we fly. Starter cutout, engine spooling up. And we've got a good start on both engines. So APU will come off. We got the main engine generators and everything are on. That is good. We'll switch over here. Over to this one. Engine bleeds are coming on. APU bleeds coming off. Packs are on. Recall is clear. Reference speeds are in. We have 125, 139, and 159. Speed of 200. Runway heading is 307, so we will dial that in. Let's wait for it to crank around. Runway heading in, and initial climb will go 12,000. Flaps 10. Come down and take a look. See flaps 10, there are V speed. Center of gravity is good, and we are within the green. Flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. Auto brakes are set to rejected takeoff. Window heat is on. All right, we are up and ready to go. There's Scott. Still not seeing Kevin. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. Anyway, we're going to taxi to the right. We're going to loop around up to here, and then we're going to taxi down to the end of runway 31 right, which is over there. All right, so let's get the taxi light on. Brakes released. Let's get that forward view. And we are taxiing. All right. Get around the corner. Again, we're going to fly our taxi down the outside here. Make sure we don't hit the pole. As per normal, once we're up and getting up towards cruise, we'll put on some in-flight entertainment. I brought my laptop with a movie on it, and we'll throw that on, and I will go take care of First Officer Molly, who's currently kind of sleeping beside me on the floor, at least in the entrance to the office. We are looking good. It's a big aircraft. Alright, so again, our star has vanished out of the flight plan, but we'll do it manually. It's not going to be a big issue. And we're heading all the way down to Alpha 9. Alright, we are looking good. So our next flight next week will be a shorter flight in Europe as well. And allows us to do the complete thing without splitting the streams as I've had to do in the past with the several hour flights. But we're looking good. See, Scott's got lights on, so hopefully he's getting ready to go, not having any issues. The next wants us on a 295 after takeoff. I'm going to fly 295 and then 200 and then we'll turn 282 out towards Gillip and go from there. Alright, so let's get the brakes on. Still isn't stable. Oh no. Oh, there you are back there. Wow. Alright, let's get the lights on, turn off lights on, taxi light is off, strobe lights are on. We don't need the wings, we don't need the logo. We are all good there. Vital data is checked, 125, 139, and 159. Packs are on, cabin crew notified, flight directors are on both sides, auto brake confirmed, set to RTO, lights are all on. And the FCP is set. Alright, so we can turn that back to fuel. And we're good to move out. We'll get our view here as we head out. Approach path is clear. Firing off now. Okay. There's the weather radar at that dome over there. So we're gonna have a bit of a crosswind. Shouldn't be too bad though. Alright, we'll get her out and lined up. Everything's looking good. Yeah, definitely got a bit of a weird wind here. Not quite what it was reporting. $200. Well, yeah. It's really starting to come around. There's Kevin in and out. Alright, we are good to go. So we're going to have to deal with a slight tailwind by the looks of it. And a crosswind. Alright, let's get the engines up to about 40%. There we go. And brakes released. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Knots. V1. Rotate. There's that wind. And gear up. Flaps 5. Okay, we're climbing out. Nose down for acceleration, flaps 2. Heading select. And flaps fully up. Turning heading 200. Go up top, we can turn off the turn off lights, and everything else will stay on at the moment. I have a good rate of climb here, lots of power. There's 10,000 feet. Main lights are off, and we can go now. Let's head direct to our first waypoint. 11,000, so we're going to crank her right up to our flight level of, what did I say it was? 380? 360. Go. And we are en route. Auto throttles on would have been nice. Missed that on the checklist. Oh, looks like Kevin's in. Both Kevin and Scott are in. That's looking good. Scott's taxiing out. Hopefully Kevin won't be much longer behind him. It's 14,000 feet. We can probably dial back one. We're through standard pressure. You had to cancel the updates. How long has it been since you used Flight Sim rather than X-Plane? I know there's been a few minor ones. I didn't think there was that many though. Molly, don't get too close to my chair. I don't want to run you over. Alright, so there's 18,000 feet. Lights are off. And we're all good with the other lights. One was 12 gig. Yeah, it must have been one of the country updates or the city updates. Alright, we're all good up top. Everything's good there. Start switches. We are monitoring very well. Climbing out, we're heading directly up to flight level 360 or LNAV, VNAV, and thrust reference, which is off the N1. Yeah, we are doing good. And there's 20,000 feet, right? So I'm going to get up the map. We'll get a view, view out the front, and we'll get the laptop out. Set our view about there. And we'll get the entertainment up, and I'll go take care of Molly for a little while. That's the one we want. Looking very good. Alright, there's the laptop. So I'll be off mic, and I'll let you know when I actually have to leave the office and take Molly outside. Other than that, I'll be in the chat. Enjoy the flight.
Flight C, returning from bombing mission. Ground crew, attention. Flight C, returning from bombing mission. Ground crew, attention.
Only 2 of them back.
We got through all right, sir. Smashed the tankers and the hangar.
Good. What happened to Lieutenant Davis's ship?
I don't know for sure, sir. We were up ahead tearing for home, and Davis cut in on the radio and reported zeros on his tail. Right after that, his radio went off.
Well, get yourself some food and then turn in your reports.
I'm afraid they're lost, sir.
As long as there's gas in the tank, there's still a chance.
Yes, sir.
Well, the boys certainly did a job. Take a look at those pictures. Nice work. No use holding up the intelligence report any longer, is there? I suppose not. G2, Major Stanlaw. Report on Operation 6W. Mission successful. 2 bombers returned, 1 missing. Yes. Lieutenant Jonathan Davis and crew composed of the following. Co-pilot Lieutenant Jack Sarnoff. Bombardier Sergeant Harold Trask. Radio Sergeant.
Ground crew, attention. Bomber coming in. Ground crew, attention.
Hold that
Bomber
report.
coming in.
Hold it, I'll call you later.
Holy Christopher.
Sarnoff,
Killed in action.
Sergeant Trask,
Killed in action.
Sergeant Blaswell, Sergeant Pettis.
Missing.
Missing?
I'd have never been able to bring the bomber back if it hadn't been for Pettis.
Want to give us the details now? We're holding up the report.
Kind of hard to explain in an ordinary report, say. What happened out there is all mixed up with what happened years ago. You see, Patterson and I went to school together. He was a typical slum kid, kicked around from the start. Had a chip on his shoulder against the whole world, and me in particular. It wasn't his fault. His father was in the pen most of the time, and my father was a school principal. Lost track of him after we grew up. So I went in the district attorney's office. Had a few run-ins with him. My line of work, I could never hang anything on him. One day last year, I went down to Coney Island, where he was running a shooting gallery.
You see, it's as easy as eating cake. Here, let me show you. Get it up there.
Okay.
That's it.
What do I do now?
Squeeze, baby, squeeze.
Oh, Foxy, I thought you were going to teach me.
Oh, the trigger, baby.
I hit it!
A bullseye!
Hello, Foxy.
Hit the road.
But Foxy...
Shove off.
Well, of all the sluggy guys...
What do you want, copper?
Sorry about your father, Foxy.
What are you trying to do, salve your conscience?
What happened wasn't my fault. I just took him in for a routine checkup.
Oh, sure. Every time the old man would get a job, you'd show up and they'd bounce him. You never let him forget for a minute that he was an ex-con.
That isn't true.
You hounded him to death. I have a good mind.
Go ahead.
You're a brave muzzler, aren't you?
The gun holds only 7 shots. You knocked down 7 ducks, so...
Very sharp. But you always were.
About your father, Foxy. I had to do a job. Came here to tell you I'm sorry.
And I'm telling you I won't forget. Someday I'm going to get you just the way you got my old man.
The Japs might beat you to it. I enlisted yesterday. So long.
So long, sucker. Nice chat.
That was Foxy. To him, any guy who'd enlist would be a sucker. They assigned me to Kelly Field. I came out as a flying sergeant. Wanted all the fundamentals, so I volunteered for gunnery school. They sent me to Hague's. That's Harlingen Army Gunnery School, the tip of Texas near the Gulf.
volunteers, and I'm not going to pull any punches. Your navigator may map your course. Your pilot may take you there. Your bombardier will destroy the objective. But it's up to you, the gunner, to smash the attacking enemy so that your bomber will come home safely. We can't take any chances on you. If you don't make good, you'll be washed out. You're either a good gunner or you're a dead gunner. And the operation on which your ship is sent will die with you. The safety of your ship, your safety, the safety of the entire crew depends on what you learn here. Remember that, and I'm sure that you'll come through as the best gunners in any man's army.
Second Quadrant. Attention. Mike's on left shoulder. Wait. Second Quadrant. 6 paces forward. Mark. Quadrant. Up. Left. Face. Forward. Mark.
Quadrant, halt. Right, face. Flight A, 1 step forward. Fire. At ease. Each flight will have an instructor who will stay with you throughout the entire course. Instructor for Flight A, Sergeant Pattis.
Sergeant Jones. Glad to know you, Jones. You can put the bag down. What's your name?
Private Laswell.
Sleepy?
Kind of. I caught up since my last job.
Yeah, what was that?
Night clerk in an auto court.
Relax.
Gadget plane. Private plane, sir. Radio operator.
Glad to know you, Gadget. Button up.
Private lunch, sir. Sure glad to be in your class.
Where are you from, son?
Well, my home's not far from here. I sure hope I get to be a gunner, sir.
Yeah? Keep your nose clean and your eyes peeled and you'll make it.
Hello, Foxy.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Small war, isn't it?
Yeah. And not very exclusive. All right, men, you're on your own. Till 5:30 in the morning.
The middle of the night.
Hey, Foxy. Listen, I can't help you being in my flight, copper. But outside of class, give me room.
Oh, forget the grudge, Foxy. We're both in the Army for the same reason.
Yeah? I'm in it because I was drafted. You're in it because you're a chump.
You're just blowing off steam.
Okay, you be the hero. I got me a soft touch where I can order stoops like you around for the duration. Say, I bet it'd break your heart to get washed out, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't make me happy.
Well, that's splendid, Sergeant. I'll see you in class. No weapon is any safer than the man behind it. Even though the gun is a gunner's best friend.
And now, it's a knife and a fork.
Blaine.
Yes, sir.
What is that thing?
Oh, it's just a gadget I invented.
America's secret weapon?
Oh, no, sir. It's a tool of 100 uses. See? First, ice pick. Knife and a fork. And like that, a coat hanger. And a bottle opener. Corkscrew.
Well, isn't that wonderful?
Yes, sir. Folks back in Mahoney's garage in Peoria said I was a mechanical wizard.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. Anybody got any, tobacco?
Tobacco?
Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's a pipe, too.
Sit down, pay attention.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Davis, what is meant by a vertical lead?
Vertical angle by which a gun must be moved, above or below a straight line from the muzzle to the target, so the projectile will pass through the target.
pretty smart, aren't you?
Very smart.
Laswell, what is meant by a vertical lead?
The vertical angle at which the gun must be moved above or below a straight line in the muzzle to the target so the projectile will pass through the target.
Look, Sandy, you handle it this way.
I'll never get through this course.
Being a gunner means a lot to you, doesn't it?
I've got to make it. If I don't...
Davis, what do you think we're running here, a day nursery? You expect to carry your own personal mechanic in combat?
Little help doesn't do any harm, does it?
You stick to your own shop.
Don't let him get your goat, kid. He's riding you because he can't get a rise out of me.
Well, that's a fine-looking junk pile. You're supposed to line up everything orderly. How are you going to put that garbage together in 2 minutes blindfolded? Easy. Try me. Gather around, gents. The great mechanical wizard is about to perform the blindfold test. 2 minutes, huh? This I gotta see. All right, now go. There you are. Completely assembled. That's wonderful, Gadget. Simply wonderful.
Yes, sir.
All assembled?
Yes, sir.
Now, what do we do with this piece? It's a malfunction in every one of these guns. Pick one and fire it until it jams, then find out what's wrong with it. All right, let it go. All right. Davis, that's your gun. That's how you stop it. The star pupil always gets the runaway gun.
Thanks.
Paul! Miss. Paul!
I got it! I got the son of a gun!
8 out of 25.
That's enough to pass, isn't it?
Yeah, by a hair. You're up next.
I did all right, huh?
You bet you did.
Go ahead. Paul. Miss. Paul. Miss.
First time I thought it was a mistake.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're purposely trying to misscore me.
Don't be a dope. You missed.
You're gonna wash me out? That's about as nasty a way as any.
Are you calling me a liar?
Yes, I am. And if you weren't in uniform, I'd...
Don't let that stop you.
Hey, the scrap, they'll be tossed out.
Stop it! Cut it out!
Which of you started this fight?
I'm afraid I lost my temper, sir.
You have an excellent training record at Kelly, Davis.
Won't happen again, sir.
Another such incident won't be overlooked. You understand, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
You may go.
If you think I'm going to thank you for that, you're nuts.
I don't expect anything from you.
All right, then go back to your Rover boys and tell them about your good deed.
Why you...
Go ahead, why don't you? Well, sucker, that time it almost worked.
What happened?
Oh, they threw me in the bullpen for a few hours. The old man decided to give me a second chance.
Well, that's a good deal.
Next time, I think I'll finish the job.
Why don't you two guys get together? Foxy's not such a
Look,
bad
Sandy,
guy.
I don't want to discuss it.
Well, you're lucky, John. They just busted a buddy of mine for breathing at a general.
What do you mean, breathing?
Just breathing. Of course, one of his front teeth was missing. He made a funny noise. John. John. We get 24 hours leave Saturday.
Did you wake me up just to tell me that?
No, but would you like to spend the weekend down at our ranch?
Son, you got yourself a guest.
Good. Good night, Sam. Night.
Overnight pass. Baby, I'm leaving.
Heading for Harlingen?
Not enough gals to go around.
Same situation all through Texas. Okay.
Seen Private Ludd around?
Not that I know of, Sergeant.
Supposed to meet me here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Not so fast, soldier. You passed. Oh, there you are, Foxy. Sorry to be late.
All set, Sandy?
Yep, let's go.
Say, what is this?
You don't think I'm going to spend the weekend with him, do you?
Well, gee, fellas, you can't walk out on me now after I had my sister drive all the way up to get us.
What's the matter, Sandy? We're gonna have to rope your guest?
Sister? Your sister? Well, that's different. Come on.
Well, we were only kidding. Sure, Sandy's a sucker for a rib.
My sister Peggy, Sergeant Patterson, Sergeant Davis.
How do you do?
No. Sandy's written to me about both of you.
Well, I hope he kept it decent.
I've been keeping you a secret.
Well, I'll drive. Yuck.
How you doing back there, Sandy?
Fine, I'm doing fine.
You know, one more piece of that southern fried chicken and I'll be talking with a Dixie accent. Oh, it was wonderful.
It's a lot better than the barracks.
I'll say it is.
Sandy, why don't you show Sergeant Davis some of your work?
Well, he wouldn't want to be bothered, Mother.
What is that, Miss Lund?
Well, he paints, and he's very good, too. Go on, Sandy.
Come on, let's have a look.
All right, if you want to be bored.
Excuse me.
Surely.
Save the next one for later, will you?
That's a problem. Now, you children have fun. I'm right in the midst of a great mystery. There are more murders.
Don't forget to let us know who done it.
I won't.
You're quite close to Matamoras across the border here, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Just about 15 miles.
There's a new band at Pablo's, out of this world.
Yes. So I heard that's that new spot, isn't it?
That's right. How about taking a run home?
Oh, that's just a grand idea. I'll tell you what. You gather up Sandy and John, and I'll go get the car out.
Gather up, Sam. Oh, sure. I'll gather them up.
Well, meet me out front.
Good.
You know, it's funny they'd want to stay home and study. I thought they came down here to relax.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny myself, but you know, after all, people,
Anybody who can paint like that ought to be in the camouflage division.
Not me. I'm going to be a gunner.
Hey, you're a ferocious guy. Excuse me, Sandy. I got this dance with your sister.
this one's mine. You know, if this class comes through okay, I may get a commission.
That's grand. Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, you wouldn't be interested.
Well, of course I would. I like to know about people.
Really? All right. My mother was a Hindu princess and my father was a pirate. It was a case of love at first sight, so he kidnapped her and I was born on a South Sea island.
I've never known anyone quite like you.
Well, that goes double. You know, I've never known anybody quite like you.
See what the Army's done for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
That's funny. I was sure this was a shortcut.
Very nicely done.
What?
I've used this gag lots of times. It's perfect. Moonlight, orange blossoms. Beautiful.
Now, wait a minute. All I said was I thought this was a shortcut.
Well, that's what I mean. Why go the long way round? Can I say any more?
Why, of course not. From your viewpoint, it was just a natural mistake.
Welcome home.
Hello.
So you ran out on us, huh? You know, Emily Post says that isn't very nice.
But I thought you wanted to study. Foxy.
Is that what he told you?
Well, it's been a lovely evening. Good night, kiddies.
Good night.
What a guy.
What a guy.
I'm quite a guy myself. You only give me a chance to prove it.
Really?
You know, you promised me a dance. The Yankees are very, very stubborn.
So Foxy outsmarted you in the first round.
I admit I felt like a wounded pigeon, but he had one advantage. He could leave the post every night, and I couldn't. We progressed, firing 30 caliber machine guns at stationary targets. Sandy was doing better now, and I, maybe because I had Peggy on my mind, was getting worse. Foxy did everything he could to wash me out. Came the big day when we advanced to firing 50 calibers at moving targets. There was to be a post dance that night. Foxy had invited Peggy and gotten her a pass to watch the firing trials.
Ready, Barkley. Roger. Ready for firing. Roger. Better watch your eardrums. Short bursts! And watch your traces for lead correction.
Different color bullets. They leave their marks on the target.
I've been thinking about you all week. All right, Jitterbug, the Army can wait. Don't forget.
You look mighty good up there, Sandy.
Well, I'm glad you were here to give me moral support.
Load your guns while I pick up the target.
I suppose these target trials are very important.
This on the last step. Firing from one plane at targets towed by another. If they pass these last two phases, they're in.
And if they don't?
We trade them to the Brooklyn Dodgers.
That one's ready. Here's your dirty laundry.
On the next batch, give me some real speed.
I've been running the car at 35.
I'll run at full speed this time.
But my instructions say
Say, listen, there's a guy out there. I want to slap his ears down.
the car's liable to jump the track.
What's the matter, you chicken?
I tell you, it's not geared to hold the track at full speed. Anyhow, I'm not supposed to.
Okay, I'll do it myself.
How you gonna get off if it gets going too fast?
Jump!
Runaway car, Sergeant Pattis is on it. Out cold. Runaway car, Sergeant Pattis is on it. Out cold.
Hey, that's a headquarters car.
Don't stand there doing nothing. Go ahead, trip it. The automatic tripper won't work. He's snagged on the accelerator. I can't stop him. We've got to do something if he's smashed to bits.
You'll be killed. Foxy, darling. Foxy, are you all right?
Peggy,
Oh,
what's all the commotion? Sleeper, come here. Miss Jones, Private Laswell.
How do you do? Miss Cassidy? Mr. Blaine?
How's the weather up there?
Miss O'Donnell?
Hi.
Gadget, Sleeper? My buddy.
Having trouble with the drinking machine, sir? I put a nickel in it, nothing happened. Well, you just let me at it. I don't know whether I told you or not, honey, but I'm a mechanical wizard.
So that's what you are. I was wondering.
You better let him fix it, girls, or he'll pout all evening.
Here, hold my hat, I got work to do. This is interesting.
I told you not to start with anything.
Reminds me of something I once took upon Peoria.
Get that fixed or I'll take you apart.
Give him a chance, boys.
How is he? You were in there so long.
The doctor says he can leave by morning.
Oh, that's fine. I know you came down as his day, but how about going to dance with him?
Well, it's been sort of a strenuous day, John, and I think maybe I'd better go on home.
I understand.
Chip shape. Never even mussed my hair. Please. Who's got a nickel?
There you are.
What'd I tell you? She's working. It's all yours, Lieutenant.
Peggy, I'll only be here another week. I know this sounds kind of sudden, but see, the war's changed a lot
I'm
of...
sorry, John. What were you saying?
Gosh, do I have to start all over again?
John, Foxy just asked me to marry him.
Marry Foxy?
You surprised?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, to tell you the truth, I am too a little bit. You know Foxy.
Yeah. I know Foxy.
Well, see you at graduation.
Bye.
Bye.
The trouble with you, Davis, you played the game too straight.
Sprague, you're a confounded cynic.
She had a right to make up her own mind. We had a lot of work to do. I tried to forget. We had learned the preliminaries. Now came the real test, firing from a plane in simulated combat at a towed target. 2 such flights might mean the difference between getting our gunner's wings or being grounded for the duration. We were plenty nervous that day in the flight room, waiting for our turn to go up. You'll need those fingers, Sandy.
This is worse than waiting to have a tooth pulled.
Flight D coming in from air-to-air trial. Flight A up next. On the line in 5 minutes.
All right, boys, that's us. Check your equipment. Hey, button up your Mae West. You never can tell when you'll end up in the Gulf.
I'm glad that's over.
How'd you do, Chubby?
How should I know? I had my eyes closed most of the time.
Don't worry about our flight. We'll lick the pants off of you guys.
Wake me when the score comes in. Uh-oh, here comes the bad news.
Well, I'm mighty proud of you fellas. Average above passing with only one exception.
Exception? Hope it ain't me.
3? There must be some mistake.
I'm sorry, Johnson. That was your second try. You'll be okay with the ground crew.
No, but I want to be a gunner. That's what I joined up for.
I'm sorry, Johnson.
Never mind, kid. You tried.
Flight A to the flying line. Flight A to the flying line.
So you think you did pretty good up there today, huh, Benson?
Only even money your flight doesn't score as well.
I'll take some of that.
Wait a minute. This is strictly between Benson and me. A month's salary, we beat you. How about it, sucker?
You got a bet, soldier.
Better draw that money in advance. I'm gonna need it for a wedding ring.
Okay.
Hey, where's Gadget? Come on, Gadget, we're up. Hey, what the devil are you so interested in? Come on, Lug, will you? Why didn't you fire?
I'm sorry, Foxy. I tried, but I couldn't.
You tried. I can excuse you if you tried and missed.
I tried to fire, I tell you, but something happened. I can't explain it. I got sick.
You didn't get sick. Just scared, spitless. I ought to smack you, Sergeant.
Slow down, kid. That happens to lots of guys.
Let me alone, will you? Just let me alone.
I hated to see that happen in my flight.
What about Sandy? What happens now?
He'll go up tomorrow and score. Or else.
It'll break the kid's heart finishing up like this.
Funny he volunteered. You think a guy had no inside, though, you can take it or not.
That lad's not scared. Not the way Foxy thinks.
What do you mean?
We've all got reasons for being here. Maybe we're convinced we've got to wipe out the Nazis and Japs to keep them from taking us over. Maybe we're fighting for an ideal. Maybe we just want to get out there and cover ourselves with glory. But not Sandy. He has some personal reason. Keeps driving. Keeps him tied up in knots. That's what happened today. Get tied in knots.
Talk like you know, Jonesy.
I've seen fellas like him. Quiet, gentle kids. Who worry themselves sick. Once they get into combat with dive bombers screaming overhead and lead whistling around their ears, they're out in front showing the tough guys what a real soldier's like.
Wait a minute. You mean you've seen action?
I was with the British at Dunkirk. I've got to get some things.
How do you like that, Jonesy?
The British at Dunkirk. Huh. And I thought that guy was a powder. I hope he's right about Sandy. As Foxy wrote it, I don't think he'll be any better tomorrow than he was today.
Where's lunch?
I saw him a while ago heading toward the chapel. Button up. Foxy.
Yeah?
Look, Sandy will want his second chance. Do you think he ought to go up tomorrow? Let him get his nerve.
I'm in charge of this flight, Davis. If I want any advice, I'll ask for it.
Why do I have to be like that? Why can't I have just a little of the courage my father had? He gave his life for his country. And I know he was never afraid. Let me carry on for him. I promised I would. Please. I've tried so hard. Can't you give me some help? Dear Lord, help me to find this train. Be with me tomorrow when I'm up there again. I've got to make good. I've just got to.
Sandy, I'm sorry about what happened this afternoon. I just hated to see you mess up your firing test.
I can't blame you.
Now look, kid, there are loads of jobs in the Army. Suppose you got into administration. You'd be near home.
I'm entitled to another trial tomorrow.
Well, sure you are. I just hate to see you go up, that's all.
Thanks for trying, Foxy. I'll be all right tomorrow.
I sure got a hand in it, kid.
Private Lot, plane 24. Go ahead and fire.
Sandy didn't bail out. Planes 25, 23, and 22 return to the post. Stay where you are! Crash boat, come in. Crash boat.
Crash boat, Lieutenant Savage speaking. Go ahead.
Shooting plane cracked up. 3 miles beyond lifeguard station. Fly a traffic plane. Hurry!
Come on, boys, let's go. Not too long, please.
Sandy.
Foxy.
We should never have let you go up.
My own fault. Runaway gun.
What did you say?
I had sent that gun myself. Never was any good at those things. How'd the boys make out?
Oh, fine. They all passed. Sleeper and Gadget are outside.
They're getting their wings Saturday.
So will you in a month or so.
No use kidding, Foxy. I'm washed out for good.
I tell you, it's Foxy's fault. He had to call him a coward in front of the company and force him to go up again. Good evening, Miss Lunt. We were waiting around to hear about Sandy.
You know, there's something you really ought to invent.
Yeah. What?
A zipper for your lip.
I better let you get some rest, kid.
Wait.
That's what you want?
My father. Ollie sent back from Hawaii.
Don't talk, Sandy.
They came over at dawn, Hickam Field. He never woke up. They on his fist. I swore I'd carry it over Tokyo.
You will, Sandy. You and me. We fly over Tokyo together.
You gonna ask for combat?
Sure. We'll both get in the same outfit.
Take it.
Well, now look, Sandy.
Carry it for me, Foxy. You're a good fighter. Like my father. I never made it.
Doctor!
Sandy! Oh, Sandy! Oh, Sandy!
Maggie,
You made him go up after you knew how he was and you made him do it.
Maggie, there was nothing I could do.
Don't touch me.
Men of Harlingen, within the next few weeks you will be fighting for your country in Alaska, the South Seas, Britain, Africa, on all the battlefronts of this globe-circling war. That you are ready is evidenced by the fact that you stand before me to receive your gunner's wings. Wear them proudly, for they are your mark of achievement.
Sergeant Michael O'Banion. Sergeant Henry Jones. Sergeant Jonathan Davis. Sergeant Jackson Laswell. Sergeant Lancelot Blaine. Sergeant Lancelot Blaine.
We pause to honor a member of your class who is no longer with us. He did not find the going here easy, but above all else, he wanted to be a gunner. He knew his handicaps, yet despite a first failure, he came back to try again. His was the kind of courage which inspires the rest of us to keep fighting no matter what the odds, no matter what the personal cost. On behalf of the Army Air Corps and this class, we award, posthumously, to Sergeant Sanford Lunt, the wings of an aerial gunner. Mrs. Lunt, you may be sure of our deep sympathy and friendship.
My boy would have been very proud, Colonel. Very proud.
For the first time since he was a kid kicking around the gutters of New York, spitting in the face of fate, Foxy seemed late.
I suppose the girl was through it.
It was a tough break for him. But then I was in love with her, too. She let me kiss her goodbye, no promise, of course. But I left with the feeling that when I came back, I had a chance. A few days later, I got my commission. I was assigned here.
You mean you left without kissing Foxy goodbye?
He wouldn't even see me. I guess he hated me more than ever. After I was here a few weeks, you sent for me. Remember? Sent for me, sir?
Yes, the San Francisco plane brought something for you. A new tail gunner. Sergeant? I understand you two know each other.
Yes, sir, we do.
Take charge, Lieutenant. I'm due on the line.
Yes, sir. I thought you didn't want any action.
The guy can change his mind, sir.
Never mind the formality.
Yes, sir.
Coincidence, sending you down here.
Coincidence my foot, sir. I asked to be sent.
Look, Foxy, if you're gonna let that grudge carry you 5,000 miles...
Oh, no, it wasn't that, sir. No, indeed. It was a picture of a South Sea babe that I saw in a magazine. Oh, she was gorgeous. And you know how I am about those.
Come on. Meet the rest of the crew.
Yes, sir.
At ease. Look what just dropped in.
Hi, Gadget. Hello, sleeper. Getting caught up on your napping? Hi.
Hello. Sergeant Trask, our bombardier. Foxy Pattis, our tail gunner.
Glad to know you. Same here.
Placard right here. I'm upstairs.
Oh, swell. Say, wasn't Jonesy with you fellas?
That was his bunk.
They're shipping him back on the same plane that brought you in. Jonesy?
Yeah. One unlucky slug from a zero.
It's tough. He was a good guy, Jonesy.
Darn right he was a good guy.
And so was Sandy.
Gadget. What's the matter? Head it out. See you guys later.
Here, let me help you. Let's get on over the PX before it closes.
Closes? Why, they don't close till...
They know that. Let them alone, Trask. I thought it was going to be hot in the South Seas.
Silver and Gadget resented Foxy's presence from the beginning. They still blamed Foxy for what had happened to Sandy. Didn't want him around. Living in such close quarters, sooner or later there was bound to be a blow-off.
You forgot to jump, sucker.
I'm not very good at this. Sandy taught him how to play.
He wasn't very good either. I've taken all the right I'm going to take, see?
Yes.
If either one of you mentions Sandy's name again, I'll shut up.
What's the matter with you guys?
Nothing, sir. He was just...
Now listen to me, both of you. We've got to work together. Otherwise, we're no good as a bombing crew. If you don't want a team with Foxy, then you can ask for a transfer. And by George, I'll recommend it, too.
We don't want that, sir.
And stop acting like a couple of schoolgirls.
Yes, sir.
Get out on the line and make the ship ready for a bombing mission.
You mean we're going up?
I don't know. We've got orders. Go out and check the ship.
I hope this isn't just another fire drill.
Foxy, go on out there and check your guns.
Yes, sir. And, thanks.
What?
Thanks. They were getting me down.
Thought I heard wrong. You're welcome, Foxy. Wait a minute. Got something.
Now, when you reach this point, reach head for your own target. Lieutenant Brandt, you'll concentrate on the hangars.
Yes, sir.
Getting the ships in the open, get them too.
Right, sir.
Lieutenant Davis, your objective is the barracks. You saw the pictures.
Yes, sir.
Ferguson gets the tanker, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you meet any fighters, don't stop to spar. Your job is to unload your bombs and get your ships home safe.
All right, welcome back to the flight deck. We've begun our descent. First Officer Molly has decided to join me in the office here. You may hear her. Hopefully I don't roll over her. She's kind of sitting right beside me. So we're descending down to 3,000 feet, which is our platform altitude to intercept the ILS. We can come down here and get her put in here up to the RadNav page. And if we swing over to the ILS, we can see it is frequency 11035. I'm going to put that in there. We'll put the Brussels VOR in as well, 114.6. We'll put that over on VOR 2, which, why did it not like that? Oh, missed the point. There we go. So that is now entered in. And we are currently in descent. So you can see we got a bit of cloud cover. Current weather here is cleared up a little bit. It's not actually too bad. We'll throw that in there, and I will move the chat down to its usual place. There we go. So winds are 300 at 13. We're landing on runway 25 left. Winds are 13, few clouds at 3,500, 19 degrees, QNH 1010. Get that in there, 1010, ready for when we do the transition. And we're just following our route down at the moment. As we head in, we'll be doing the Batty 5 Alpha, which we're going to pick up there. And we should be good. Once we're down on the runway, we got a parking on the south side, down at the far end, area 40, which should give us a little bit of space to get this big bird in there. Molly's excited. We're heading out to the park after this. Oh, she's looking forward to that. There's 30,000 feet. It's going to pull up the approach, see if there's any restrictions we need to know about. Not really, no. Everything is looking good. See, we can see the guys in the back here. Picking them up. They're probably just a little bit too far back. Liam, yeah, it was a quick flight. We're just flying across Europe, so it's not too far on this one. It's 28,000 feet. Looking good. Speed's holding nicely. You can see our path. We're going to be coming in and around. So we're going to be 3,000 feet. Right around where it's indicating. We'll play with it as we get closer to make sure that we're not too low when we come in and intercept the ILS. Also make sure our VORs are both on. They are. We're already picking up the Brussels, 71 miles out. And we're looking good. Our next live stream is tomorrow. We are commencing our tour of Japan. It is a new series, inaugural flight tomorrow. 1930 Zulu, and we will be heading out of northern Japan, flying down to the south. So our first point of departure will be Rishiri Island, north of Hokkaido, and then we're heading down to Sapporo. And for that flight, we're going to be flying the ATR 72-600, new aircraft, and new one that'll be flying for an extended period. I've done a few flights, and I did a series on how it works. So that is there. Oh, Molly's decided to go somewhere else. So we should have a good series there. With that one, as we fly down Japan, it's pretty farther than you think. So we're going to be doing a good tour from the northern Japan, where it can be very wintry, and stuff down into the south, which is very tropical. I think we're picking a good time of year. We should get a lot of nice sunrises, and as we fly further south, we don't have to worry about the time getting darker, because we'll be chasing those sunrises as we head down. So it should make for a nice series. This Tuesday, of course, we'll be back in the Tour of Canada, flying from Fairbanks, Alaska over to Whitehorse, capital of the Yukon. And then Wednesday, we are back flying the DC-3 on our U.S. Capitals Tour. We are currently in Columbus, Ohio, and we'll be heading off to the next state capital from there. So a good couple flights coming up over the next few days. Flow is the entry point into the approach, and we are looking good. So as we go through our approach, ATIS, well, we kind of obtained it. We looked at the weather there. FMC arrival procedures will come down now, and in here we'll go approach. We're going to be doing a full flaps 30 landing, so 151 will be our approach speed, so 156 for the approach, sorry, 151 our reference speed as we cross the threshold. That is done. Briefing is complete. Missed approach, if we do have to do a missed approach. We climb 249, and then we will turn left turn to 105, climbing to 4,000, then we will re-vector ourselves in for the arrival again. Probably head back out to flow and try it again, but not expecting any issues there. Altimeters at transition, we're going to switch over now just because we are on our way in, and we're descending straight down through, so they are set and cross-checked. Reference speed is set, 151 knots. Minimums for the approach, we're doing a Cat 1 in here, and it's going to be 350 feet, so we're on the barrow, and we'll set 350. .350 feet is set. Passenger signs we're not worried about. Auto brakes we'll set to 2. And landing lights will come on at 10,000 feet. And we're coming up for 20,000 feet now. Oh, hi, Molly. Yeah, you just lie there. We'll be done shortly. Alright, everything is looking good as we descend down over eastern Belgium, over Liège, and south of Maastricht. Maastricht is, of course, in the Netherlands, so we're just kind of near the border there. There's Liège down there. Brussels is dead ahead. We're going to make a little bit of a turn to the left to come in and pick up that ILS. These aircraft are sitting at that airport at the moment. Alright, there's 19,000 feet coming up. Alright, we seem to be a little bit long on our approach. There's the fuel switching over. Thanks, Roger. Yeah, so we're a little bit extended there, so we're going to crank her down to 1,800 feet per minute. Probably bring it up to 2,000. So we got a little sim freeze. We do have custom scenery at Brussels, so that may be causing this. I don't know. It's It's rather long. Sounds are still going, so that's a good sign. There we go. We're back out of it. We'll go to 2,000 feet. That's better. Engine spooling back to idle. Alright, so we're going to bring the speed back to, I don't know what she's into. We're going to bring the speed back now to 250. We'll let her do her thing as she's coming down. And we'll go to flaps 1 as we hit 13,000 feet and then start slowing her down. We're looking good. Well, speed is starting to creep. So we'll go flaps 1 now. Prevent that speed from creeping. Let her start to slow. We may have to go a little bit steeper. And at 265, we'll go to flaps 5. Slowly coming back. Give it a little bit of speed brake. 26 miles from the airport. And there's 265, so flaps 5. Speed coming back. I'm actually going to bring the speed down to 210. Speed brake out. ILS is not showing anything in there, so 110.35, we'll put it in manually. There's the clouds. We're below 145, flaps 10. So course 249. One 0.35. Well, let me enter it that way. No. Let's put it in up here. See if that does anything. Nope. Alright, we're coming up. There's flaps 20. Bring the speed down to 185. Localizer glide slope. There's the airport. Alright, so let's get all the lights on. Flaps 25. Speed brake is up and armed. Auto brakes are set. Doesn't seem like we want to follow the heading anymore, so let's do this manually. We're only 11 miles out now, so let's get her down to 156. Gear down. Just rolling in. Approach mode. Oh, she's all over the place. All right. Yeah, going manual. That's one of the problems with this. If you don't have it precisely lined up, she tends to get all funny on you. There we go. We have it now, so lights are all on. Gear down, 3 green. Flaps full, speed brakes armed. There we go. And we're looking good. Always be prepared to manually take over. Four and a half miles. Looking good. Outer marker. Wind is pushing slightly from the right nose. 1,000 to go. Here's the VOR transmitter right in front of us. About to fly over it. It's over the marker. Auto throttle's off, landing.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Get that wing down. Reversers are on. It's 90 knots. 70 knots. Reversers are off. Auto brakes off. Alright, we're gonna get off here at Charlie 6 and then we're gonna go down, park in front of the Air Brussels hangar there. Heavy turn. Alright, flaps up. Speed brakes disarmed. Landing lights off. Turn off lights are off. Taxi light is on. Strobe lights are now off. And APU is starting. Well, it's nice and sunny here in Brussels today. Well, I wouldn't say it's one of my better landings. The landing wasn't bad. The approach was iffy, and the arrival was horrendous. Alright, we're going to head down here. Sounds like fuel switches being played with. Alright, the APU is up and running. APU generators can come on, or we'll leave them on. Here's the TUI hangar. Ah, there's Scott. And we're going down in front of Brussels Airlines here. There we go. And we're just going to taxi straight forward. And we'll put our nose wheel on the taxi line there. There we go. Welcome to Brussels. So let's get the parking brake on. The hydraulic pumps can now come off. Fuel control switches will go off. We're on the APU for power and air. Oh, looks like they're pulling that TUI in. That's all good. External power not required. Heat and engine bleeds will all come off. So there we are. Welcome to Brussels. Hope you enjoyed the flight. If you did, consider hitting the subscribe button, throwing a like on the video, and leaving a comment. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, leave a comment, and subscribe anyway. And if you really want to support us, consider joining the channel. You can hit the join button and get some nice little perks. Some emojis are coming, and there'll be some additional members only stuff we will be seeing shortly. So thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 1930 Zulu, as we fly on VATSIM in the ATR 72600 in Japan. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you then. Bye for now.